Good afternoon, Christ Church family and friends. I hope you're doing well, and I trust that God's grace is real in your life. You know, lately we find ourselves talking a great deal about adversity, and that's certainly understandable. It seems the whole world's conversation relates to adversity these days. And for the past several weeks, we have been forced to isolate ourselves from family and friends. Life has changed, not like anything we've ever known before. Life is different. It's hard, certainly strange, and I guess the best description in these days, it's just adverse. And we wish and pray that the pandemic would end soon, that it was just a bad dream, a nightmare. We would soon wake up and everybody would return to life as normal and whatever normal might be. It sort of reminds me of the story of a young man who went to see a fortune teller. And the fortune teller carefully studied the hand of the young man and said, "You will be poor and very unhappy until you're 37 years old." And the young man responded, "Well, after that, what will happen? Will I be rich and very happy?" And the fortune teller said, "No, you'll still be very poor, but you'll be used to it after that." Well, I don't know about you, but no matter how hard I try, I can't seem to get used to life since COVID-19. Unfortunately, none of us can really manipulate our circumstances, no matter how hard we try. Oscar Wilde once wrote, "In this world, there are only two tragedies. One is not getting what one wants, and the other is getting it." To rephrase his thought, I suggest there are likewise only two joys. One is to have God answer all your prayers, and the other is not receiving the answer to any prayer. I believe this because I have found that God knows my needs infinitely better than I know them, and He knows your needs as well. And He is utterly dependable no matter which direction our circumstances take us. Helen Keller once wrote, "Although the world is full of suffering, it is also full of overcoming it." In this difficult time of adversity, perhaps we can quiet our spirits for just a moment, and we can hear the words of the Apostle Paul reminding us to rejoice in hope, to be patient in suffering, and to persevere in prayer. These are certainly good words for us to live by in this day and time, as the pandemic has forced us into a different lifestyle. It is my prayer that you and I will steadfastly recognize that it is good to rejoice in hope, to be patient in our sufferings, which sometimes seem like many, and to always persevere in prayer. I'm also reminded of Paul's phrase, "Rejoice in the Lord always." Again, I say rejoice. Perhaps it's hard for us at this moment to find anything to be rejoicing about. And yet Paul, when he wrote this, was in a Roman prison. Perhaps it's not so hard after all to rejoice in hope, be a little bit more patient as we suffer in this adverse time, and to persevere in prayer. May it be so in your life and mine, today and always. Amen.